We back with DC strats for Varunastra. This season the bosses struggle and all soldiers have minus 60% defense and counters have plus 20% attack and HP. My recommendation for Super Fusion Course this season is to 120 Ray and Linjian if you're having problems surviving, and Surya, Mordred, and Alice for their damage. I will be going over the mechanics of the fight, some stats for nerds, and I have a few example teams to use this season. All of this will be timestamped, which you can find in the video description. So let me show you what I got. This boss is an Awakened CO Sniper. It's immune to cooldown reduction, A speed reduction, just all debuffs in general. And it also has an undispellable debuff aura that gives air units minus 20% attack and minus 20% A speed. Boss's basic attack is 3 valid hits, but it has a 10-meter range, which basically is right there where Chinatsu is. And then after 10 basic attacks, it does an enhanced attack, which can knock up your team and has 5 valid hits. Boss is special indicated by the blue bar underneath its portrait. Has 5 valid hits, it hit stuns, it knocks back, and it inflicts a 3-second stun to non-mechs and an undispellable 8-second minus 35% def debuff. Bolt indicated by the purple bar underneath the boss's portrait. You have 8 seconds to do 120 hits. He gains plus 20% damage reduction, plus 5% attack for every hit, stacking up to 50. If you pass, he's stunned for 6 seconds, and if you fail, he kills your team. The phase change happens at 70%. He'll attack your team. The attack has 5 valid hits. There are 4 hits to this attack. He knocks up, he knocks back, he stuns, he afflicts minus 50% speed and minus 30% A speed. The stun lasts for 5 seconds and it removes all barriers. The pattern enhanced. The boss's ult now does true damage. An additional phase transition happens at 30%. As you can see here, the boss is ulting, but we interrupt the ulti with a phase transition and resetting the boss's ult. The special conditions: if there are 4 or more non-summoned snipers deployed, then the boss gains an undispellable plus 30% defense and plus 30% damage reduction buff every 0.1 second. It stacks up to 5. It stops stacking when there's only 2 to 3 snipers in the field, and is removed when there's only 1 sniper on the field. Time for some stats for nerds. This boss has 3.1 million HP, 3.2k defense, 3.3k hit, and only 638 evasion. This means your tanks will need at least 1,780 or more evasion in order to dodge, and your DPS needs at least 1,196 or more hit, and since it can't be debuffed, you can't shred its evasion anymore. We're going to go ahead and start off by deploying the girls here. We need to have Chinatsu before Ray because we can't afford to proc the operator. This run does not have enough time for us to do a double op proc, but luckily we only have 1 support, so it makes it a little easier here. Now we need to get our Surya out as soon as possible so that our team will survive here. And I'm going to let Ray get rather close to dying, and it may be a little dangerous, but I need to get Chinatsu and Linjian ultis off at the same time so that I can deploy Mordred and she can get the ultimate buff from Chinatsu, get that 30% attack. After Ray counters, then I'm going to use his ulti too because I'm trying to push this first phase as soon as possible. I want to go ahead and get that 4-second stun out of the way. And I do delay shieldmen. We can't deploy them right away because if we do, we won't have enough time to get our operator proc later. So I deploy them rather late so that we have some wiggle room a little later on here. Now I am delaying Alice's deploy so that I can get Chinatsu's ulti here. and get that buff, as well as proc the operator before the special goes off so we get that nice explosive damage. And then afterwards we Surya ulti, pray for the 15% crit chance RNG, and kill the boss. Sadly, I was not able to get the damage stats on this. I clicked on that and the game said no, so oh well. For the Asha team, we are running quad and of course Asha here. Chinatsu is running full CDR tank. Same for Lin Jian, she's also running full CDR tank. Ray is, well, running full CDR tank, but he only needs about 45% skill haste. The rest you can try to get it into sustain, like crit damage res, ground res, things like that. Surya is on ultimate damage amp gear, running anti-ground and anti-sniper lines work as well. Mordred is on our best def pin set that we can afford. Alice is on special damage amp. I prefer her on this for her burst from her special, since that does true damage and can do anti-sniper gear. And then Shieldman just on regular standard tanky gear. You do want him to kind of live for a couple hits. He helps out. And Anelia I actually have on Swift so that she deploys as soon as possible, and if she happens to get her skill, she gets it out as soon as possible too. Alright, since we're using Sys OP here, we need to sit there and proc that immediately, so we go Lin Jian into Ray, into Chinatsu, deploying Lin Jian and Chinatsu into the back. And because we had that nice juicy +2 DP, we're going to be able to sit here and deploy our Surya a lot earlier. So this means that our team is actually going to be pretty safe this entire run here. I mean, I have Ray on full Mage CDR, and yeah, he's no danger here. Now, I am going to do something similar to before, where I sit here and do Chinatsu and Lin Jian ult at the same time, so that I can get Mordred and get Mordred to get Chinatsu's ultimate attack buff here. And then after Ray counters, we use the ulti, and then I'm going to back deploy Aegea all the way about the middle of the ship here, so that later on her special and her ultimate will line up for a better burst phase. After that, we need to hope that we don't phase before both Aegea and Chinatsu can get their specials off, because we need that shield and that heal to deal with this stun right here. Ray will deal with the counter on the special, but it's that phase transition that we have to worry about. Now, again, I'm delaying Alice's deploy here so that she can get all of the buffs from Chinatsu and Aegea, but then also I can get Anelia out before she does her special, maximizing the damage she does on her burst, and then we use Surya's ulti and blow up the boss. This time I was actually able to get the damage numbers here, so we can see Mordred carrying her weight. I'm only going to go over the difference in gear that I used from the previous team. So we're using Sys OP here, and then of course we have Sinjia, who is just on tanky CDR. And then, because we're running so much sustain, we can run Ray on full CDR gear. Just full maze. Just slap it on him. He'll live. He'll do fine. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope this helps you improve your scores this season. Have fun with the 15% chance to crit on Surya. Just have fun with it. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're feeling extra special, you can join the Mage Institute by clicking the join button. You can catch me on Discord, link is in the description, and if you want to help support this channel, there's a link in the description for that too. As always, I will see you all next time.